नटराजा नटराजा नटन शेखरा राजा.
Following is a review of messages 11 and 12. And then in this post, I'll analyze message 13. Message 11 describes a deviant left-hand teacher who is not real, masquerading, and a great illusion. And we see the horrific level of fear associated with this left-hand teacher. The messages tell us to brace ourselves and be firm in countering this negative force. Continuing with message 11, lift ourselves up to embodying the divinity in time, which means finding oneness in diversity or upheaval. This is the purpose of the manifest time, finding unity. In summary, message 11 describes a deviant teacher of suffering that must be countered with the wisdom of unity. And now for a reading of message 12. Thus have I seen, believer, left-handed teacher in reality meets female principle. He is the disciple of the root of fire. A comment: in Buddhism, the root of fire refers to desire, which is the root of suffering. Real teacher needs the female principle's knowledge, lower mind, and higher mind, nirvana. You should conduct a great sacrifice for the female principle to breathe away her upheaval. Don't linger. A comment: what is the sacrifice that we must conduct? To me, meaning a sacrifice of ego, releasing the 6 enemies of mind, expressions of duality, and covers Atmic awareness, lust, anger, pride, greed, envy, jealousy. Continuing on, pure heart of man, I am Sai Baba, Eka Ashta, the one in the many. I am the preserver. What does it mean, Eka Ashta, the one in the many? I am the preserver. Brahman, divinity, is the one absolute permeating all of reality. Brahman is the one in the many. And to make this point clearer, it is Brahman manifesting as the preserver Vishnu, who is the one in the many. Swami is declaring that he is Brahman Vishnu. Brahman is infinite God, and Vishnu is the protective aspect of God. In summary, message 12 again describes the left-hand teacher as the cause of suffering, to be countered by the sacrificing of ego. This message exhorts us not to linger and declares that we are being guided by Brahman Vishnu. And now, message 13. I am the universal self. I am Sai Baba. Left-hand teacher is not far away from the female principle. The talent of this teacher is making a fearful reality, and the injury of female principle. You shining one of great devotion. Female principle is a shining one with the quality of goodness. The teacher, literally of singular thought, contacts the female principle. You and the female principle must walk a path that lies between thy spirit and self. A comment: self is beyond duality, beyond name and form, birthless, deathless, eternal. To walk the path between spirit and self, to me, means walking the fine line between the indescribable Atmic self and the subtlest perceivable spirit aspect of duality, which is love. More about love in the next post. And now continuing with message 13, to perform a religious rite in order to counter the results of the vein of the left-hand teacher. Let's look at this phrase, the talent of this teacher is making a fearful reality, and the injury of female principal. In 1983, after the Jackie events, I went directly to Swami for guidance. He knew in detail about the messages, describing the languages as being a number of vernacular, that is spoken by ordinary people, languages related to Sanskrit, but not pure Sanskrit. We found this to be true. He also verified that the vibhuti appearing during the drama was his. Then in December 2010, at my last contact with Swami, just 4 months prior to his leaving the body, he kept and took the DVD with my work on the messages. His acceptance of the case gave me confidence in my conclusions. And here is Sanskrit scholar Timal Sina indicating that the fearful reality extends beyond the personal event of Jackie being attacked at the bus stop to a more general cosmic collective fearful reality relating to the Psi organization and conflicts in the world as well.
I personally see that Jackie is confronting against something she sees very dark coming. And she is telling to not fall for something that dark. She is seeing a real body, a Sthula Sarira, but she is also saying there that this is not real. This is not something, because it's asar. If there is a personal trauma the subject is undergoing. And in this traumatized state, she sees some two types of spiritual masters conflicting, or sort of almost a spiritual battle going on. And so it's not just limited to her personal trauma, because there is some kind of she's claiming to be a messenger of some type of spiritual battle in another plane.
The splitting of the Sangha is extremely serious and is described in Buddhism as one of the most heinous acts. These include harming Buddha, killing an arahat, a realized soul, matricide, patricide, and the splitting of the Sangha. I should add that in June 2001, when I asked Swami why he was giving me a lot of attention at that time, he said protection. I thought that he meant that he was protecting me, but with time I also understand that we devotees must protect the purity of his precious teachings. For these reasons I conclude that the messages are meant for all who protect God's wisdom of love. And now a word about the universal self. Message 13 begins by identifying the universal self with Sai Baba. Here Swami tells us about our fundamental self and the truth that we are all striving to reach. Here it says, I am the universal self. I am Sai Baba. And here is a quote by Sai Baba about the universal self. You are the formless, come in the form of man. The infinite, come in the role of the finite. The formless infinite, appearing as the formful infinitesimal. The absolute, pretending to be the relative. The Atma, behaving as the body. The universal self is the basis of all. In summary, Message 13 describes the left-hand teacher as injurious to the female principle, Mother Wisdom as described in previous posts, and is to be countered by love. More about love in the next post when we analyze Message 14. This message declares that we are being guided by the universal self, Brahman, Sai Baba, who is guiding us to the universal self.
शिव राजा नटन शेखरा राजा
शिव राजा नटन शेखरा राजा
नमो पार्वती पते हर हर
नमो पार्वती पते हर हर
ओम हर 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 महादेवा